Hey YouTube, this is Dean making another vid. If you like my content, please consider hitting the like button. Also, please consider subscribing, as it is very much appreciated. Discussion piece today on store-bought fatwood. I just wanted to, I've been wanting to make this one for a while. I have discussed it before, but yeah, I wanted to make this video today because some of us can't get out into the bush and harvest this stuff, fatwood, while they're out in the bush. So we are regulated to buying it, and that's fine. Don't feel like you're being at a disadvantage because you can't get it by harvesting it out in the bush. It's probably, some people will say buying it isn't the best way of doing it. Well, that's their opinion. I have different ones about it. I've had great success with this stuff, and it has allowed me to fool around with fatwood on a level that I would never have been able to do because I simply can't get out into the bush anymore and harvest it. Some areas don't have fatwood. You just can't get to it. Some places just don't have the pine trees available that you can get it. You just can't get to where fatwood is around, and you just can't get it. So that there are many reasons why you might have to buy it, and that's okay. Don't feel like you are doing yourself a disservice by buying it. Nikki said the other day she's allergic to bees, so she doesn't want to be putting herself in a situation where she has to go out in the bush and get stung and then have all that drama. So she buys fatwood. That's great. Once you get involved with the fatwood community, I have found fatwood people tend to be very generous, and they will send you fatwood. If you get in contact with them, quite often they'll either give it to you for free, or you can buy them or trade for it at a very reasonable price too. So yeah, that's another way of doing it. But today's discussion is about buying fatwood from places. I found two here in Australia. Big W, which is a chain store, and Bunnings sell fatwood. Bunnings is a hardware store, chain store here in Australia. Big W is a variety chain store. This is the fatwood that you get from Big W. $10 a box. Comes from Honduras. There are actually three places it's from. The ones that I got, it either comes from Honduras, Guatemala, or Mexico. This one came from Honduras. $10 a box for, it doesn't actually say how much it is. This is the expensive way of buying it. It's good stuff. It's about the same quality. Fair few sticks in it. This is the first lot I found. I bought a $10 box of it. Really liked it, but that got me on to buying it. And then I found later on that you could buy it from Big W. I prefer buying it from Big W because this is $14.98 Australian for 1.8 kilos. As you can see, I've nearly used that whole packet, and because I was having trouble, I bought another 2 packets of it. So that's how much I love it. I love having a lot of fatwood on hand. I also have old stores of it and that as well. But this is the quality of the fatwood that you get in it. This is indicative of what the sort of sticks you get in it. Really, really nice fatwood. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. That is premium bacon. Really nice fatwood. So they are not giving you rubbish fatwood. It burns really well. I'll show you a demonstration of it burning in a minute. As I said, the Bunnings stuff tends to be, is the better buy. 1.8 kilos of it for about $14.98, I think it was, around that. So, and as you can see, you get a whole heap of fatwood in there. That is a lot of fatwood to fool around with. This stuff gives you buying it like this gives you the ability to fool around with it, test it, use it, enjoy it. That's what I like about this ability to buy it. Even if you can harvest it from the bush, I can't see why you wouldn't buy this anyway. Buy a bag of it anyway, just so you've got more of it to fool around with. If you can get premium fatwood from out in the bush and then buy this just for your testing, keep your premium stuff for special occasions and use this for your experiments, fooling around with it, trying different things. That's what I think this is where this niche falls into it. This is what I do with it. I do tend to use this a lot for my Fatwood Fridays now, but I have now starting to try and mix it up a bit. But this allowed me to embrace Fatwood Fridays because I've had a lot on hand, and I could really get into it and really enjoy the product because, quite simply, this is the best natural fire lighter you are ever going to find. I don't think you're going. I don't think you'll ever find another one that is better because it works so well. Even wet, like I've dipped fatwood sticks in water and then shook the water off, scraped it and lit it, and it still burned. It simply does work wet. So it is incredible stuff. And it's the turpentine, the naturally occurring turpentine in the resin that allows it to do that. And these Smiths, I'm really getting involved in them because they make these one-strike hits so good. But anyway, this is a burn test. That's that Bunnings stuff, just shaved up as per normal. I will admit this stuff, there is a fair bit of Bunnings in there, but I have been adding in all different types. There's about 4 or 5 different types of fatwood in there now. So that isn't all Bunnings stuff, but the major part there, that the shavings, the curls, is all Bunnings. So this is what the Bunnings stuff looks like when it's on. Oh, sorry, I just knocked the camera. I apologise for that. This is what the Bunnings stuff burns like. And anyone who's been watching my my channel for any length of time knows I love this stuff. I'm a big fan of the Bunnings stuff, or the Big W bought fatwood. As I said, one strike catches with that Smith stuff. It's really good. Now that black smoke is indicative of how good that stuff is, but that's that. But once you'll see, once this other stuff starts, it's still premium quality fatwood. Heaps of black soot coming up because it's starting to burn now, as you can see. There we go, we got it on. Plenty of black soot, nice sizzle. So you're not being at a disadvantage when you're buying this stuff. And yeah, it is good quality fatwood. So that's all I'm trying to say with this stuff. You know, don't feel like you're at a disadvantage if you have to buy it. By all means, if you can go out into the bush and and harvest it, why not? Why not do it? But again, like I was saying, for the price of the Bunnings stuff, like for $14 for a bag of it, it allows you to do, like, be not wasteful with it, but it allows you to experiment with it, fool around with it, do burns that you would not normally do, because you can just play with it and find out what you can do with it and just have fun with it and enjoy it. And that's what fatwood's all about. It's one of the best firelighters you'll ever find, natural firelighters. It just works so well. You don't have to use so much. Oh, that was just a demonstration. I tend to be, because I have so much of it on hand, I do tend to be a little bit wasteful with it. But that's fine, you know, like, I don't mind doing that because I do have a lot of it on hand. And every time I see a bag of it there at Bunnings, I do tend to buy one. You know, like, I now like having 2 bags minimum of 2 bags of it on hand at all times now, so that I know that I can always have fatwood on hand and just enjoy it, because you just can't have enough of this stuff as far as I'm concerned. Like, I think it was Michael Bruner said that the other day, and yeah, it is so true. That is a truism. You just cannot have enough of this stuff. But anyway, I hope people get a bit from that discussion, because yeah, I am a big fan of the bought stuff. I do love harvesting it too, but and that's not what I'm trying to say is don't go and harvest it. I would never say that, but I certainly feel that this bought stuff has opened up another avenue for us as fatwood fatwood aficionados. We can, it allows us to appreciate this wonderful resource in a way that you just couldn't do it before, because some people just never had it available to them, and they would never be able to get it. And unless they had a generous friend that had it available to them and was willing to send it to them, they'd never get the ability to fool around with it before. But because we can go and buy it now, basically anyone can get into it. As long as you get a available at a chain store, you can get to it at a chain store. And as far as I know, most chain stores have it available now these days. So yeah, anyway, go and buy some. I don't think you would regret if you had a bag of that stuff on hand. Even if you can harvest it out in the bush, I would advocate buying and having a bag of it on hand anyway, just so that you can keep your premium stuff for when you really need that good stuff, really primo stuff for whenever. But keep your Bunnings stuff for your experimentation, because it's good stuff too. It's at least A- grade, I'd say, most of it. And some of the cores I've ripped out of it, I'd say they are pure resin. You know, like you get down in those cores, they're at least, yeah, pure resin. So you can't get any better grade than that. But anyway, I've rambled on long enough about it. Anyway, thanks for watching.